Hello students, from last lecture we started with a new chapter, definite integration. In that we learn property 1, 2 and 3. Now let's continue with the property number 4. Integration a to b f of x dx is equal to integration a to c f of x dx plus integration c to b f of x dx, where c lies between a and b, that is c belongs to the closed interval a comma b. That means integration a to b f of x dx we can write as integration a to c f of x dx plus integration c to b f of x dx, where c belongs to the closed interval a comma b. Now here we have a small proof regarding this property. So let integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x plus c. So consider RHS. Now our RHS is integration a to c f of x dx plus integration c to b f of x dx. Now substituting the value of integration, here we will get g of x plus c, lower limit is a, upper limit is c, plus g of x plus c, here lower limit is c and upper limit is b. Now we apply upper limit minus lower limit. So g of c plus c minus g of a plus c. Similarly, here also we will apply upper limit minus lower limit. So g of b plus c minus g of c plus c. Now if we open the bracket, then plus c minus c will get cancelled from both the places, and g of c minus g of c will also get cancelled. So we have only g of b minus g of a. So this we can write as g of x plus c, where lower limit is a and upper limit is b. So we can write this as integration a to b f of x dx, and this is nothing but our LHS. So we have proved this property. Now here we have example, integration minus 1 to 5 2x plus 3 dx is equal to integration minus 1 to 3 2x plus 3 dx plus integration 3 to 5 2x plus 3 dx. Now suppose here we consider LHS first, that is integration minus 1 to 5 2x plus 3 dx. Now integrating this term we will get 2x square by 2 plus 3x. Now as 2 gets cancelled, we have only x square plus 3x, and here we will write the lower limit as minus 1 and upper limit as 5. Now applying upper limit minus lower limit, so we will get 5 square plus 3 into 5 minus minus 1 square plus 3 into minus 1. Now after simplification this, we will get 25 plus 15 minus 1 minus 3, that is 40 plus 2 is equal to 42. Now suppose we simplify the RHS, then RHS is integration minus 1 to 3 2x plus 3 dx plus integration 3 to 5 2x plus 3 dx. Now here also we will integrate the term, so we will get 2x square by 2 gets cancelled, so x square plus 3x. Here the limits are minus 1 3. Here also we will get the same answer of integration, that is x square plus 3x, but the limits are different, that is lower limit is 3 and upper limit is 5. Now applying the limit, lower limit minus upper limit minus lower limit. So here we will get 3 square plus 3 into 3 minus minus 1 square plus 3 into minus 1. This is just the substitution of first part, plus here we have the substitution of second bracket, that is 5 square plus 3 into 5 minus 3 square plus 3 into 3. After simplification we will get 9 plus 9 minus 1 minus 3 plus 25 plus 15 minus 9 plus 9. So we have 18 plus 2 plus 40 minus 18. So we have 20 plus 22, that is equal to 42. Now since we are getting the same answer, we can say LHS is equal to RHS. That means the property we have proved with the help of example. Now here we have property number 5. Property number 5 is integration a to b f of x dx is equal to integration a to b f of a plus b minus x dx, means lower limit plus upper limit minus the variable which is given in the question, that is x dx. Now here also we have a small proof regarding this property. So let's consider the integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x plus c. Now as first we consider the RHS, that is integration a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Suppose we put a plus b minus x is equal to t. So the value of x will be a plus b minus t. So differentiating with respect to x, we get minus dx is equal to dt. So we can say dx is equal to minus dt. Now as x tends to a, t will tends to b, and as x tends to b, t will tends to a. Therefore we will replace this integration from variable x to variable t. So here we will get integration b to a f of t minus dt. Now suppose we write this minus sign before the integration, then we will get minus integration b to a minus integration b to a f of t dt. Now here we can write this integration as integration a to b f of t dt, because integration a to b f of x dx we can write as minus of integration b to a f of x dx. So we will replace this t by x. So integration a to b f of x dx, as we already learned the property that definite integration is independent of the variable. And here we are going to prove this property by using one example. So suppose we consider the example integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 sin square x dx. Now suppose we consider this integration as I, we call this as equation number 1. Now if we write this integration in the form of a plus b minus x, as here the value of a is pi by 6, value of b is pi by 3 and x as it is, then we will get integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 sin square of pi by 6 plus pi by 3 minus x. So after simplification of this, we will get pi by 2 minus x. Now since we know that sine of 90 degree minus theta is cos theta, so here sine square is given, so we will get cos square theta. So this integration we can write as I is equal to integration of pi by 6 to pi by 3 cos square of x dx, and we call this as equation number 2. Now suppose we add equation 1 and 2, then we will get 2i is equal to integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 sin square x dx plus integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 cos square x dx. Now we can write this together as integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 sin square x plus cos square x dx. But we know the value of sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So we need to find the integration of 1, that is x. Now applying the limit, upper limit minus lower limit. So we will get 2i is equal to pi by 3 minus pi by 6 minus 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Now after simplification of this, we will get pi by 6. So shifting this 2 to this side, the value of I will be pi by 12. So we can say that integration of pi by 6 to pi by 3 sin square x dx is equal to pi by 12. Now in next lecture again we are going to continue with the properties as we finish property number 4 and 5 in this lecture. So in next lecture we will start with the next property. Thank you students.